So in this video, I really want to share with you how I have achieved what I've achieved in my life while keeping a lot of ease and grace. And so I really want to teach you and tell you and excite you about how to get your desires, your dreams, your goals in a really fun way. And so as I've been watching the Olympics, I've been watching the half-pipe snowboarding qualifications. Some of you know, 10 years ago, that was my life. I was on the Canadian team, I was competing for the Olympics, and I ended up falling and bursting a vertebrae in my back and almost becoming paralyzed. And before that, I started snowboarding really when I was 18. My first competition was when I was 18. And then, within a couple years, I was on the Canadian development team, and then I was on the Canadian national team, and then I was on my way to the Olympics. And so I wanted to share how I did that. And I also want to share, how I now set goals and dreams and desires while having a lot of ease. And so the biggest thing for any goal I've ever achieved is I always kept it at the front of my mind, or the back of my mind, whatever you want to say, probably the front of my mind and the back of my mind. I kept it there, and I kept it there in a way that it excited me and it motivated me and it pulled me forward, and I held on to it lightly. So I didn't hold on to it so tight. I held on to it lightly. And so there's a quote that says, goals are something to aim at. And even if you miss, there's one that says, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll land in the stars. And that was always my approach, even in snowboarding, because I felt like if I held on too tight, it's like holding sand in your hand. If you hold on too tight, it all falls away. But if you hold on loosely, it stays. And so I had these goals all the time, and I loved setting them, and they were fun. And I knew if I didn't achieve that exact goal, I trusted that something better would happen, or at least that this was supposed to be my path. And so I had a lot of faith and trust. And so one of the biggest things for keeping desires at the front or back of your mind is actually writing them down regularly. And so quite literally every morning, and of course I miss some days, I'm not perfect, I'm in progress, I'm not a perfect human, nobody is, I write down my desires every morning. And then typically I'll meditate for a few minutes. And what happens is when I write it down, when I actually put pen to paper and think it through and write it down, and it sometimes shifts, sometimes the same, then when I meditate, a lot of things become very clear. And how I'm going to get my desire becomes very clear. And even throughout the day, every decision, it's like, well, is that going to help me get this desire? And if it's a no, then I have a lot easier time now keeping on focus and anything that's just pulling me away from my desire, because we all know, right? We live in a busy world, there's lots of demands on us, but anything that pulls me away, I just say a polite no thank you, or no, I have too much on my plate. Because I used to find I tried to say yes to everything and I was very discombobulated. So that's my encouragement to you today, is every morning, make it a routine, because routine is what we thrive on. And when it's a routine, it's not a willpower battle, and you don't waste energy thinking, oh, should I or shouldn't I write my desires? It's just like, I'm the kind of person that gets my desires, that gets my goals, that achieves my dreams, and one of the things I do to get there is I write them down. And so I encourage you to get a journal, start really, first of all, get clear on your desires, and once you're clear on them, just write them every morning, write what they are, because subconscious mind is going to start going to work for you. The solutions are going to come with ease and with speed and with fun, and it's going to be a game changer for you, just like it has been for me. And I'd love to hear how it goes for you. It's a small thing, but it's actually a humongous thing. So give it a try. Have such a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.